All right, friends, it's Team Man. We're back with another Blaha video. So we're gonna react to this gym lifting, recruiting, fitness gear sleeves video he just popped up. So in this video, Blaha says alternating moments through the week on full body splits. Full body splits. Okay.
Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here representing Jason Blaha Strength and Fitness, and today I thought
Yeah, it is.
I would chat with you guys and gals a little bit about can you rotate big movements on full body. But a quick reminder, if you guys will please
I don't know. Can you? You can do anything. Does that mean it's gonna work?
click like down below, be greatly appreciated. If you're not following or subscribed, please do so. And if you'll drop me a comment down below, I'd appreciate it so much. So
I would, but you banned all of us, so why would I write you a comment down below or subscribe or do anything to your channel?
a lot of stuff I've done with this in the
Law is a hypocrite.
past, way back in the day. Used to rotate movements around. I prescribed that for clients.
We used to do this way back in the day. I used to prescribe this for clients. This is like, listening to somebody that's extremely mentally sick. Who the fuck would give a shit about what Blaha does, man? I just doesn't make any sense to follow anybody with a physique like his. What absolutely zero. Even all these people like Alex Leonidas realized it's about the physique. You know what I mean? That's why he did what he did, faked it eventually. They all fake it because it's marketing, man. Get it? They need to have a nice cosmetic look. It's just like you being a model. It's based on your face. Yeah, you think you're gonna be a model if you have an ugly face and a bald head like this? I mean, what a combination. This guy's ugly, bald. He's got the worst physique I've ever seen on the entire planet, man. If you're talking about genetics, this is the worst genetics. But he's got clients, though. Get it? Yeah, because, Blaha is going to transform your physique. He's going to make you look like him because he did all these full bodies and all this kind of weird stuff. He's never built muscle in his entire life. He got fat, really, really, really fat, 300 pounds, and then he got really, really well. He's trying to get really, really, really skinny, but that's not really working for him. But he is a lot smaller because he's just not as fat. But he never built any muscle because he doesn't know what builds muscle.
If they're going to do a full body type thing, because a lot of times we're doing.
Look, you could call this the fitness world is about health. They're thinking it's about health, longevity, and youth. Like you're going to look young, exercising. Somehow, that is going to make you static, so you don't deteriorate faster than you regenerate. But in reality, people have it all opposite. In the exercise world, you should really only lift periodically, so you could go through these regeneration bouts. See? Yeah. Because if you come in consistently, you are now deteriorating faster than you're regenerating. That is the problem. Because your diet's not really keeping up. It's not protecting you from you deteriorating because you're not in positive nitrogen balance. And then you keep opening a window for breakdown, 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 breakdown. You keep going to the gym, breaking down proteins, breaking down proteins. When are they ever going to build up? Oh, I know. I reach a genetic limit, newbie gain limit, hard gain, or whatever. Yeah. Well, of course, if you keep breaking them down 6 days a week, they never have a chance to build up because, well, the carbohydrate diet doesn't build muscles, unfortunately. I have news for people. Beans and plants and pizza doesn't build, and pasta doesn't build muscles.
Full body 3 times a week. My full body's full.
People are gonna argue with me. Yeah, but there's protein in pizza. There's protein. I'm eating pasta because of the protein inside. There's nothing in there that your body could utilize or fucking digest. You know what I mean? People don't know what they're talking about, man. They're dumb. They're literally starving because they're living on the very little amount of meat that they're eating. Human cells only want nutrients. They do not want sugar. They do not want toxins. They do not want fiber. Get it? They want nutrients, and those nutrients and amino acids are only found in meat, okay? Never mind plants. You don't have the ability to digest fiber.
Clients, disclaimer, most of them know they tend to be real focused on the squat, bench, deadlift, and pull up. Okay.
Yeah, but what's the
However,
purpose? Look, what's the purpose of doing this full body split? What is the purpose? Like what's behind it? What are you trying? What's your goal? Just to do it? I gotta do it? I gotta do a full body split or whatever? What the fuck, man? You're not getting anything out of it? Oh,
Yeah.
other than you're deteriorating yourself? Okay.
no, again, if we're going to do stuff that way, we don't always have to do it as, hey, squat and deadlift. Like a lot of my guys right now, they
Look, I remember these students, they come into the gym all the time. There's a gym up there. After I left my old gym, I went to another gym where my friends were, those guys were lifting from the old gym. There was young people coming in, they're high school students, whatever. They're all coming in there lifting. I mean, one guy has a camera all the time set up there trying to film himself, do weird shit. None of them have ever progressed. Not even the friends that I worked out with. They would never listen to me. But, Michael and all of them, when they were working out, I would remember I filmed some of them. I put them on my channel. But when I try to explain to them about muscle damage, yada, 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 this and that, they go, yeah, look, I'm damaging muscles. I'm moving weights around. Okay. Saying you're damaging muscles and actually damaging are two different things. Look, saying you're getting rich, I'm getting rich, look, but actually getting rich are two different things. Saying and getting rich are two different things. You understand me, man? So even they didn't listen to me. I tried to explain it to them, but they never listened. That's why they never built any muscle. And they've been lifting I've known Michael for quite a few years, from the old gym to the new gym. But me, I went through so many changes all the time, depending on my diet, depending if I'm lifting, depending on what I'm doing. But they never changed. They never changed. They never built any muscle years later. What's the point of going there?
If you alternate squats and deadlifts, right? And you can even do that then for multiple sets. Squats and deadlifts, right? And you can even do that then for multiple sets, okay? Especially if you're going to deadlift. A lot of my guys do one, but sometimes we'll do three. But here's the thing I'm going to say. You can rotate your movements quite a bit.
I'm sure you could rotate your movements quite a bit. And what's the purpose? To look like you?
And as long as you're getting your classic lifts in there, you're good. In other words,
I love this one. As long as you're getting your classic looks, it wouldn't really matter. It wouldn't really matter. Think about it like this. Gorillas climb trees, right? They climb all day. So they're pretty much doing like pull-ups all day, like a pull-up bar, body weight pull-ups. So you see people doing pull-ups a lot. They have this idea in their head, okay, I got to do a lot of pull-ups are really good because gorillas do it, right? They must be really good. They must be really strong at doing these pull-ups. The pull-ups really are just stretching the contractile proteins. You're stretching them, the sarcomeres. They're going under stretch constantly. Okay. So you start adding weight to it. They add body weight, like they get a belt, add weight to it. Even 10 pounds already is significant. Every time you keep adding 10 pounds or whatever, there's always you should be able to get new adaptations by constantly adding more weight. Now, do you have to add the heaviest weight in the world? No, not necessarily. You can add increments of weight slowly, so you can eke out these adaptations with each weight. But if you rush into it, you'll never really be able to do it super, 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 super heavy. It's not, I have to go super, 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 super heavy. You have to do lots and lots and lots of repetitions and lots and lots and lots of sets. Get it? So you can get these adaptations. So it's about adding 10 pounds each time you get an adaptation that you go through. That is much more feasible than people that just rush in to have to do, I gotta do a heavy weight. You'll never really get there then, see? Because you're so busy trying to lift the heaviest weight.
if you did full body, and let's say you focus on about 4 big movement patterns per workout, I tend to do more right now, right? Because I just see me squat, bench, deadlift, pull up, bench,
Who cares?
then some sort of overhead, right? Of course, I jump and other stuff when we do cardio, because that's assuming you're going to do GPP and other stuff. A lot of times, people who are doing full body want to be athletic. That's one of the reasons they're doing it. But a lot of my
They're
people,
doing full body because they want to be athletic. How does full body make you athletic? Because you did a full body. None of that makes any sense, man. I did a full body workout, so that's has magic powers. It made me athletic now instead of doing like splitting it up or whatever the hell people are doing there. Whatever.
we'll alternate presses, or we'll alternate chest work, dips. So here's what I'm going to say for a lot of people. As long as you're doing some sort of serious lower body lift, some sort of press, some sort of pull for the back, at least 3 out of 4 movements, you're going to do pretty good. Like, you're going to be fine on a full body. And in fact, I like doing some of that. You guys remember, I used to do a lot of that back in the day when I used to train at Iron City doing full body. I didn't always document everything. I put up,
Boy, this guy's stupid. I'll tell you something. I only ever do full body because muscles need to grow in unison if I get an adaptation. Get it? If you get an adaptation, muscle damage, then they need to follow through together. You don't want one without the other, because there's a thing called repeated bout effect. You damage one part of your body, you try to split it, you try to damage the other ones, you're using the damaged muscles now. Get it? They're going to shrink. So you're never really getting there. So you'll shrink one side of your body and then try to damage the other part the next day. Then what happens? I don't know. It just doesn't work out that way. It's very difficult.
a couple dozen workouts. But notice I'd rotate through stuff. You guys would be like, oh man, he's doing a closed grip bench or a closed grip incline or an overhead press.
Sure.
A lot of times I did 2 types of presses. I tended to be very press dominant. Okay, and I think that's a very viable approach.
Yeah, wasting your time.
So a press, a pull, some sort of lower body,
So are factory workers.
and maybe even a second press. So you do a chest and an overhead of some type. So for me, on all those, I did some sort of overhead
So are factory workers too. Yeah.
work every workout. I lived on it. So what do I mean by a lower body? Well,
lived
you
on
could
it.
rotate through them, and as long as you, let's say you do your squat and your deadlift, your traditional squat, your traditional deadlift, you could do those as a lower body and do like 3 sets, 3 or 4 sets.
Yeah.
Okay. You could have a third day in there where you do other stuff
Yeah, sure. Your traditional squat, deadlift. Yeah, okay.
instead.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, Blah's doing a lot of pull-ups. Is he actually using a weight? Wow.
a lot of times we're doing big movements, more than about 12 sets can be a lot to deal with. And I'm not saying, hey, if you want to throw some hammer curls or laterals in or something else that you want, go ahead.
Yeah.
Introducing the next generation of
But I digress. How about squatting?
So I just wanted to add this, man. So I saw this channel talking about comparing gorillas with humans. Humans should do pull-ups and stuff, gorillas climbing and stuff. So that's where I got that idea. The funny thing is, humans are not gorillas. You understand me? They're not gorillas, bro. Gorillas are born with a lot of muscle fibers and high testosterone that proliferates through all their muscle fibers. We don't have that. Humans don't have that, because look at Blaha. Look how skinny and small and weak he is. If a gorilla came in there, a gorilla would destroy him. Gorillas could literally lift without practice. They could deadlift 1,800 pounds. Man, they can bench press 1,500. So it's just, it's funny to compare,
Other things. How about a Zercher squat? How about a front squat?
I think they tested gorilla strength one time. They had them squeeze a meter. You know those meters where you check your grip strength? They said the gorilla literally broke the shit out of it, broke it. So that just goes to show you how strong their grip strength is, gorilla's grip strength. And then they're going to say, well, if you do pull-ups like gorillas, your hands are like hooks. They're going to get really strong too if you do lots and lots and lots and lots of pull-ups. Well, I mean, they'll adapt to doing that, right? Of course, your body will adapt somehow, right? But it won't give you much more adaptations. It'll only adapt to a certain degree. You get it? But the thing is, yeah, I mean, but it's not going to get much stronger like a gorilla where he fucking pressed the machine and it broke. You're not going to get that. You might have a strong grip, but it's never going to be that strong. That's bullshit. Whatever, man.
Yeah, totally viable. Totally viable. Right? Everybody agree?
Viable. Even strongmen have to use wraps to do deadlifts with.
Could you?
I mean, doing real heavy deadlifts, reverse grip, because that's what they'll do. They'll do reverse grip without using the wraps. But you're in for a world of pain, because if you snap your bicep because of the reverse deadlift, you're fucked, man. Get it? You'll be screwed the rest of your life. That's why they use wraps, because they're using everything from the front. They're not reverse gripping,
On the third,
because they know it's dangerous.
one of those workouts, like you could do a squat and one and deadlift another.
Want to know why it's dangerous? Because you're weak. That's why. Yeah, they know that they're weak. Their arms, the bicep can snap right off the bone. Why? Because it's weak. The weight is stronger than your muscles. Get it? Your little muscles. Yeah.
You do one of those others, you do another variation. Okay?
Oh,
You
and
could do
the fact that they didn't go through repeated bouts of injuries to consistently injure the muscle fibers so that they can actually get stronger, so that they never get injured. You understand me?
Yells if you wanted. You could do front squats, you could do a Zercher squat. Be fine. Because we're still working quads, glutes, hamstrings, all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? Because you're going to do some other standing work possibly too. You're still going to be hitting a lot of those secondary.
Oh,
Some sort of pull.
sure.
Obviously, I like weighted pull-ups
Yeah.
because you do
Me too.
different variations. Sure, you could rotate through them. Could you do a row? Yeah, you could do a row instead. I used to sometimes come and just do a Pendlay row or whatever, in place of a pull-up. Okay.
He has 0 lat, 0 arms. Look. 0 lat, 0 arms. And his whole front area is filled with hair. The hair grows on his body instead of his head. It's a programming thing. Look how skinny his arm is. If he was flexing, look. And 0 lats. 0 lat, 0 chest, 0 lat, 0 arm, 0 forearm. 0 shoulders too, dude.
It's great.
It's funny.
And that's how I used to train. I used to come in to do some sort of deadlift.
Yeah, this is how I used to train. I used to do some sort of deadlift. Yeah, okay.
At that time, I wasn't squatting. I took time off from squatting.
Training.
But I did some sort of deadlift.
Blaha is training to do what exactly?
Some sort of like chest press,
I know, to age.
usually. Flat bench, incline bench, weighted dip.
Oh, yeah.
Some sort of pull.
Sure, yeah.
Be a pull
Yeah,
up,
Blaha.
a row, whatever. And then some sort of overhead press. Okay? Overhead pressing, you really.
And this is the guy that called me crazy? Look at my physique compared to him. I'm 10 years older than him, man. Look at me and look at him, bro. He's got the audacity to call me names. What an idiot.
You do a strict press, you do push press, you do a clean and press.
And I'm not on steroids. I don't take steroids, nothing. Hell, I don't even work out, man. Look, I don't even work out and I don't even take steroids. And I have a million times better physique than him. And I look a million times younger than him. You get that, dude? You get that, dude? Get that?
Clean and strict press, clean and push press, dumbbell presses.
Oh, yeah.
You know, one arm like I'm doing here, you can clean 2 dumbbells up, 2 at a time. You do them strict, you do them push.
doing push-ups strict, doing the dumbbells one at a time. I have no idea what Blah is talking about. He said in the title, it says you're alternating movements throughout the week on full body split. Okay. None of what he says here, I don't get it. Do you get it? Because I don't, man. Look at those chicken arms.
Presses. The main thing is, though, I found a lot of times when I did my full body that way, I used to like to always work in some type of overhead press.
Oh, yeah? Yogi here.
So it was always a pull for the back, a chest press.
You can literally move a weight around and never get any micro damage in there. You can just come in, exercise, and get nothing. I can literally come on the day. Let's say I come on the day the week after, and I come in and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get some muscle damage, whatever. Then I'm gonna go grow these muscles, I can literally come in and literally just work out, and there would be like zero damage there in my workout. But then I can work out exactly the same way and actually get damage. See, if I focus on getting damaged, I'll get damaged. But if I just come into the gym, I'm not focused on getting damaged, I'm exercising, then there's no damage, there's no growth. No growth, zero growth.
Some sort of lower body movement, again, deadlift or squat variation. And then
It turns out it turns out to be exercise. See what I mean? Exercising. Yeah.
an overhead press. You know, I do about 3 solid work sets and then go home.
Okay.
And ironically, people look back and said I was probably the most jacked I've been on the tubes. I'm leaner, a little bit leaner now. A little bit leaner now, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was also moving big weights. Like I did more than this on
And people told him that he's jacked and leaner now? Well, people told him okay.
the incline. I was doing rep work with close
Who are these people?
inclines, like 250, 255, repping it.
Yeah?
Strict pressing, I was doing triples with a 205. I'd push press more sometimes. You know, work sets. A lot of times I come in and do more reps, like a clean and mild push press, like sets of 5 or 6.
Praying again? He's praying.
5 of them.
He's praying.
You know, at the end. But that helps too. So again, a lot of times when you're doing full body stuff, cleaning that weight up. Right? So, I mean,
Cleaning that weight up, doing full body, okay?
that's a full workout.
Full workout.
You know, that's a perfect example.
It's a full workout, perfect example. Okay. Again, like I said to people, I've told people again, I gotta say this one more time on this video. If you don't have money, because money is what builds bodies. If you don't have money, do not waste your time. If you don't have enough money to build your body, do not waste your time, because money will equate to you eating, being able to eat a lot, and being in a, how should I put this, in an anabolic growth state. If you can't eat and place yourself in an anabolic growth state, there's just no point, nobody. You're not going to build any muscle. Yeah. Muscle is built in a very short run. Very, very, very short. Whatever these people are telling you, you're going to build muscle in 30 years, like, I don't know, 10, 20 pounds of muscle in 30 years, you can gain that in the first month, second month, whatever, like real muscle. And then you can keep gaining more muscle as you go through each month. So I don't know what people are talking about. And it has to be in a short run because you need to be in an anabolic growth state, because protein needs to outpace protein breakdown. You need to be in that for quite a long time. And you'd be in it anyways, because if you eat your natural diet like meat, you'll be there anyways, get it? Especially not cooked, you know, like natural. You don't want to eat cooked and lift weights. You will be absorbing everything. Your cells, you lifting weights, your cells will be absorbing all these bad things that you're ingesting. So if you're cooking your meat, you're going to ingest these broken DNA in your cells. They're going to absorb a lot faster from exercising. These toxins and poisons from plants, they'll be absorbed as well into your cells. Yeah, and then you wonder why down the road, when you get much older, you can't figure out why you're completely dysfunctional at 40. When you hit 40, your body's going to go through this weird thing, and then you probably end up with like a walker or something or whatever, and you won't know what happened to you, and you'll be like, "But I exercised, I did this and that." Yeah, you did exercise, but guess what? You ate shit all day. What do you expect?
You know, you could come in and squat, bench, a pull up, and then a clean and a press, clean and press, right?
Yeah, you could do all those, and what about him?
Those four movements, you've worked everything.
You worked everything.
And then if you're rotating through them, everything ends up being balanced. So those are options.
Yeah, a lot of people are doing that. Now what? Now they worked everything. Now what? Go home, have a bagel, or walk around with your friends first, hang out after the gym, walk around, do a bunch of stuff, and then a couple hours later go and eat.
They don't have to just come in and do, you know, you could come in and do squat, bench, deadlift, and a pull up.
Like I knew this guy, he was like working out. He looked like dog shit. He would come in the gym, he would work out, right? Then he'd go down into the locker room, and then he'd eat like a bagel, and you know he'd have like two boiled eggs or something, and some shit in there. He would eat that after his little workout. Man, that's like what people eat for lunch and shit. He was thinking that was gonna like do something for him. He was just wasting his time, man. The exercise, what he did was a waste of time. And the eating was a waste of time. See what I mean? There's no effort in there. To build muscle, you literally have to come in and smash, get it, those muscle fibers. You gotta fucking damage the shit out of them. And then you need to put in effort and eat a lot of protein. And I mean a lot. See what I mean? Now you're progressing. But if you just come in and work out, exercise, you know, go down in your locker room and eat these little boiled eggs and your little bagel and shit, you know, with one or two slices of like processed fucking turkey meat shit. Good luck gaining anything there. That's like Blaha. That's what he does. Have you seen the food that he eats? The same thing. He exercises all the time and he eats garbage. So that's why he's not progressing. His physique is not changing. He's not building any muscle. He's not doing anything.
Getting two lower body lifts into upper body is a lot of work. You know, and that works a lot of times if you're only doing one set of deadlifts.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah. Sure.
Or if you're limiting total movements.
Okay.
But yeah, totally workable. You could come in and alternate squatting and deadlifting.
Totally.
Or another lower body lift. You know, and like I said, front squats, exertion squats, stuff like that work there. Again, looking at the performance element with full body. And I'm not saying, hey, if you couldn't do
The performance element, performing.
smaller stuff at the end, if you have the knees and triceps or a hammer curl or calves or whatever, sure, it works. Very chaos and painy though, isn't it? All right, guys.
Chaos and pain, is that what he said? Look at him. This is stress, bro. That's just stress.
But that's really all I have
One rep, bro. What do you think that one rep is gonna do? I know it's gonna build a muscle, dude. Get it? Yeah.
to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys.
What a silly rabbit. I'll see you in the next one, ciao, friends. Ball's fucking funny.